It's like, honestly, I don't think they care.
That we want that.
Yeah, because
one individual.
Yes, because
that we don't want to run.
I don't think they
around
care, and the reason why I say that is because when women that have options, they most women think about them first.
Correct.
They think about what you are doing for them first
and how they can benefit.
Exactly. They're not thinking about what they are going to do for you. The only time that comes into play if they're really attracted to you, or they're really at a level to where they're like, I'm looking for something serious. This person is someone I can look at on that level seriously. What I can bring to them for them to look at me the same way I look at them. But generally speaking, and you tell me if I'm wrong, you can chime in and say I'm wrong.
I'm listening to you.
Most women, when they're first messing with the dude, because a lot of women have the mindset, they're the prize. You have to chase them. You have to pursue them. They don't have to pursue you. They don't have to show any kind of worthiness to you. The interview is all about you versus them. They don't have a mindset of, damn, I'm really enjoying this person's company. Because they're not all, I'm not all police, I say this regularly. Mm-hmm. A lot of women's mindset when it comes to dating and men is, what is that person going to do to get my attention?
Okay, let me chime in.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you something that my grandmother told me, and I thought that it was, I didn't agree with it. Mm-hmm. She said, the guy should like you way more than you like him.
I was talking about that topic this week in a group I was in. They said, the girl said that her mom or her grandma said, make sure that he loves you first and that you can grow to love him. And I took offense to that shit. I said,
I take offense to it too.
That makes no sense.
Now, hold up. Let me finish. I said, because if I find out that you're growing to love me when I'm giving you my all, you're going to be growing by yourself.
Fired.
I like this.
Because
I've been
I agree. What I'm saying
straight up.
Ooh, go ahead. Let her, because I'm going to tell you what that's called. But go ahead.
Okay, so I did not agree with my grandmother when she said that. Mm-hmm. I simply don't. I want there to be a mutual attraction between us two. I want us to both. I mean, no, it's a rare occurrence that you get somebody that's on the same level as you. And when you find it, fucking keep it as long as you can.
Right.
But that whole make sure, most of the time when you got a guy that really likes you, he's way more into you than you're way into him, that shit ain't gonna fucking work.
You will lose.
Because,
and that's what I said. You don't have to arrive at the same time. But if I'm on feeling you street, not even love yet, and you on, hey, what's good, homie? You giving me pounds of shit. We ain't on the same street.
You're not even in the same book.
I want to tell a quick story of the very last woman I dated, and then Mr. Miles, it's your turn. The last woman I dealt with, y'all. Some of y'all know the story. It was a Puerto Rican chick that I met offline, and so what ended up happening was, and I'm going to abbreviate. I'm going to break it short down. So we went out on 3 dates, okay? Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing was that on the 3 dates that we went to, the signals that I got were very mixed. It was like 1 minute, I'm affectionate, I'm into you. The next minute, I need to put some distance because whatever reason.
There you go.
Here you go. So I got to the point after date 3. You know, I went to go in for the kiss goodnight. Nothing crazy, just, you know what I mean? And I got the cheek. Got the cheek.
Well, that's the end of this night.
Exactly. So, but here's the kicker, right?
I'm going out and put this dick up and leave.
Right. Here's the kicker. So after that, the next day, we talked. And I literally said, well, you know what? I'm going to address the elephant in the room, keep it 100. Clearly, you're not into me. And I'm okay with that. So I think we're just going to stop pursuing that. And if we're going to be friends, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with us being friends. The fact that I said that made her angry. Even though her actions did not...
she was angry you called her out on her bullshit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
You wasn't supposed to do that, motherfucker.
Right.
I'm supposed to get
Because of the fact...
How dare you point at the fact that I'm fucking using you for dinner?
Right.
Dare you?
Right. So she got mad and said, well, why would you say that? And I said, because
It's
your actions doesn't suggest or show that you are interested.
I don't know.
I said it to me.
Bitch, you ain't down.
If I'm wrong, tell me.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, no, Herb, I'm interested, but these are the reasons why I didn't do X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
Her response was, well, I didn't think you gave it enough time, and I didn't think you pursued it enough to allow things to get to that point. And I said, well, you know what? Okay, fine. But for me, I'm not okay with pursuing this further because I have a certain amount of standard when it comes to that if I'm giving you a certain amount of energy and feedback, in order for me to continue, I would like the same.
It has to be reciprocated.
It has to be the same.
Right.
And the conversation ended. It was, okay, fine. You have a great life. Click.
There you go. Goodbye.
Click. All because
Khadija don't need you. Goodbye.
right because I cut to the point, and I addressed what I was seeing, and her response was basically like, "Well, how dare you
I was about to
say that?
How fucking you do?
Right? How dare you say
How
that?
you can't
Right. So the only reason why I'm bringing that up,
A pussy like this.
the only reason why I'm bringing that up is pretty much in reference to
No man can do this.
basically the energy and things have to be reciprocated. And I think what we need to do is be honest about it, which goes back to what was said earlier, is to be honest and be direct. And we can't be concerned with, well, how the other person going to feel? Because sometimes you can't make that about the other person. It has to be about you, for your sanity, for your sake.
You definitely have to make it about you because
Right.
it is all about you.
Right.
And it's okay to be the fuck selfish. It really is okay.
Yeah, when it
because
concerns your emotions.
if it
and your
concerns your
feelings.
emotions,
exactly.
if it concerns your fucking finances, if it concerns anything, any aspect of you, you need to be selfish, especially when you're dealing with somebody brand new.
Right.
And if
I
you're not
just
getting the
hate-
same energy, then fuck them.
Right. I just hate when you're not clear.
Well, like
I'll
that,
give you the
man.
short version of the most galactically unclear scenario I've ever been in. I had a chick that I was cool with on the app, and I was talking to her. We got cool. And she said, I have a girlfriend, and I want you possibly
Ooh, I remember that.
to be a part of a poly.
Yeah,
And if you listening,
sure.
I don't care.
I remember this.
Because
Yes.
you're in delusion land. So, long story short, in the beginning of our interaction,
I was like, Mama.
her and her girl made it perfectly clear that they don't like it when a man approaches them with sex in the conversation in the beginning of the interaction.
But
So
yes.
me being a competent being, I said, I'm not going to do that. Right?
Thank you for
So 2 dates later, she's like, well, this ain't going to work because I figure by now you would have at least approached the subject of sex and at least told me what you intended to do to both me
See that?
and my girl.
Damn.
And I looked at my phone. I looked at her like, are you retarded? I'm sorry. Are you handicapped?
Don't listen to him.
Because, no, let me
Be
finish.
an asshole. Fuck it.
And I said, well, listen, I was only going by your rules of engagement, but now that you said that,
Yeah, that's why
I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
and we good.
Listen to what
Now-
I do. Pay attention to what I
listen.
do, not what I say.
Listen.
Exactly.
Now she got upset because I was content with her decision.
How
Not-
dare you?
She was upset because I wasn't upset. Peep that shit. So I said, I'm cool, no problem. You made your play clear. I said, we just ain't gonna work out. You have a nice life. Well, if you would have made an effort, I said, whoa, why
If
you?
you would have kissed my ass, motherfucker.
I was like, listen, I would have had no problem telling you that you can sit on my face whenever you have a long day
I
at
want y'all
work.
both lined up together.
Right, I
side
could have
by
said
side,
I
doggy
could have said a
style.
million
Top
things.
one at the
Back and
bottom.
forth.
But
Bye,
your
bye,
rules
bye.
of engagement were
Threesomes
this, and
are
I
fun.
respected your rules. So you told me we done. Yo, she must have tried to restart the conversation like 6 times, bro. So my point is, be clear on the rules of engagement.
and I'm gonna say
If
this.
the rules change, tell me. I'm not psychic. I'm not going to be.
You're supposed to know.
No, fam. Listen, we grown folks, man. Listen, we grown folks. I'm not like that.
That's what
I'm not
children
going to
say.
be an overbearing asshole that's going to automatically assume because I look a certain way or I'm a man, you automatically going to want me. I like confirmed kills. I do. You feeling your boy?
No,
Make it known. You
agree.
the strong
Don't be an
black.
asshole.
Listen, you the strong black woman that has no problem talking about how she feels. Let your boy know how you feel. I'm not the gay Svengali. If I had those powers, I wouldn't waste them on find out how the fuck you feel. I want Powerball numbers,
Right.
not your feelings.
Fuck your feelings.
That's all I gotta say. Communication is very important. Very important.
Couch, nigga.
Because we could have had a nice sandwich with a great pickle.
But just
Fuck
go
that.
back to what you said earlier, Toya. What
Nice
you said-
sandwich.
I'm sorry, that's right. This goes back to what you said, Philly Pimpstress.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm good.
When you said about making a guy make sure you like, what you say, your grandma said?
She said, make sure the guy
God
likes you more.
than that.
BJ.
Yeah,
I'm gonna read the
and I
definition
totally-
to y'all, right?
Of
I'm gonna read something. No.
BJ.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all figure it out. A number of birds of one kind feeding, resting, or traveling together.
A flock.
A flock. And they create that flock together, right? But when they pass down this information to women like this, it's called the flock of failure.
yeah,
Okay?
agreed.
Because it doesn't fucking work.
Agreed.
It doesn't fucking work, and they keep pushing this out there, and you wonder why we're fucking failing and why they're losing.
Okay, let me tell you this.
Go ahead.
I have a 22-year-old, as you all know. I think that I raised a great kid.
Ooh.
But let me explain to you why.
Yeah,
Because
right,
he recently...
I'm a little fucked up.
Yeah, right?
You all right?
He recently liked a girl.
Oh, he likes a girl?
Hold on. Please understand it was past tense. He liked a girl.
He's so virgin.
He liked a girl.
It's like we're not talking about that,
man.
bro.
Hold up, man. Not on the podcast.
He liked a girl.
We're not talking about that, bro.
That's how you get stabbed in the parking lot. Continue.
He liked a girl. He's a gentleman. Please understand that I have raised a very good young man. So he told this young lady early on a Friday afternoon, listen, I'm not feeling that great. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it tonight. I'm giving you a heads up right now.
Mature.
I'm having some issues. Okay. Any other person on this planet? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was sorry. No. I had to recant that last statement.
Yeah, I always say
if he was
no.
talking to me, I'd be like, oh, okay, you having some issues.
Any
All
other
right, I'm gonna
individual.
any
on
other
the planet.
individual that thinks logically.
Not a person.
Right.
Individual. So I'm like, okay. So he tells this young lady he's having some tummy issues and he's probably not going to make it out. Well, she gets upset with him, and she goes off the deep fucking end. Like this? No. She didn't like that then. Like later when she's out and he's not there. Now, please understand that this is a group of women that are going out, and I think that he just didn't want to be around a group of women. And I understood that. I think I would have gracefully bowed out too. But he told her way earlier in the day. So now, it's later in the day, and now he's getting text messages. Oh, this is not going to fucking work. I wish I'd never fucking met you. Blah, 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 blah. So,
Insane.
let's bring it up to the next day. She apologized, said she was drinking. I said, oh, well, we all know that when people are not sober, they tell you the fucking truth. I said, please understand that. But this is later in the conversation.
Said it's too late to apologize.
Indeed, sir. So, all right, so.
I like that song, by the way. We're going.
Fast forward,
Hilarious.
the next day, he goes to get her, and she instantly has a fucking attitude as soon as she gets in his car. I said,
Wait a minute.
Listen.
Wait a minute.
Amityville Horror.
You said you were sorry. Why you gotta answer when I pick you up?
She didn't mean
Amityville
it.
Horror.
She didn't
Get
mean it.
out.
She just said it because she thought that's what he wanted to
Terminator.
hear.
Get out.
So, this is my
Didn't mean it.
issue. You apologize for the bullshit you pulled last night. But now I'm picking you up, and now you got a fucking attitude, and I don't even know why you mad. Because I didn't do anything wrong.
The mind reading. I suppose.
So they are hanging out, and they are at a location. I have no idea where they were. Apparently, she still is giving him her ass to kiss. You know what my son did? He made his mama so proud. He left that bitch sitting right where she
I
was.
know that's right. That's my nigga.
He came home.
Later, baby.
I was like,
There you go.
I was like, what the
There
fuck happened? Like, you said you wasn't coming back no
So
time
that's that
soon.
interplanetary knowledge.
He was like, we'll talk about it in a little bit. And I was like, all right, I gave him his space. He finally came to the kitchen when I was washing dishes, and he told me what happened. I was like, oh my God.
How old is he now?
He's 22. I was like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
actually
And the reason why that's important.
It is important because you can't let anybody, number one, fucking disrespect you in your time. Especially if you,
I can't stand wasting time.
especially if you are picking this person up, are buying this person food, are treating this person very well, and they're giving you their ass to kiss. Exit stage fucking left. You ain't got time for that bullshit. Don't you ever let nobody mistreat you.
Please refer to
And if you,
KRS-One song, Out of
and if
Here.
you've never learned one thing from me is that you know your mother will never let nobody fucking mistreat her, because I'll cut a motherfucker off in a heartbeat.
Or we'll kill them, so.
And here's the other reason why I think that was very important is because a lot of times when you have, you know, sons being raised by single women, they're being taught something completely different. Because
They are.
Please.
They are, and it's terrible.
Thank you. Please confirm. But you know what I mean? And so because, and Mr. Miles, I want to bring you into this because you have a son also,
Right.
and I have a 15-year-old daughter, and I'm going to tell you,
I ain't do it.
and I'm going to tell Miss Pimpstress. Why can I say
You
that
said
word?
it. You said it.
I
right
said it
there.
right.
You said it right.
Madam Pimpstress in the house.
That shit is hard to say for some reason right now.
Because you're
But-
drinking, sir.
Yeah,
So
clearly.
right.
But one of the things that I find very important, I literally tell my daughter, and all y'all have met my daughter at some point. She's 15 now. She's 15 now. I basically told her, like, listen, I don't think you need to worry about any kind of boyfriends or anything right now. You're 15. The boys are always going to be there.
Men will always be there.
Always be
It's
there.
going to be an ongoing thing.
Right, it's right.
I don't care if you turn 100 years old, it's always going to be a boy.
They're going to be there.
It's going to be a man.
Handle your shit first and then worry about that. And the reason why I say this is because I feel like if I had a son, I would tell my son, listen, kid, don't even worry about dating right now. Don't even worry about dating until you like 21, 22. You got your life together. You got your shit in order, because a lot of these boys right now, once they hit puberty and, you know, they start thinking about girls, that's all they think about. They're not focused on anything. They don't really pay attention to what's going on.
That's true.
That's all they focus on. They don't think about. And so
We all have been there.
we've all have been. See, now, and the one thing that I had explained to my daughter is your dad was rare because of the fact that me, when I got in high school, I was literally with the same girl for the entire time in high school. Up until listen, I was with her from the 10th grade until 2 years after I graduated.
Damn.
For real shit. And like, it was rare. Like, it's rare.
That is a rarity.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because you are a father. You have been married and divorced.
Right.
You have raised your son, you know, and you've seen how the world is out here.
Right.
So my question is, you going through the experience that you've been through, what are some of the things that you've come to realize that your son needs to know, that you think he does know or doesn't know, and how
It needs to be reiterated.
that right. Like, how do you approach teaching your son who's 23?
23.
That's crazy.
Good one.
I know, right? Jeez, we old.
I ain't old.
Yeah.
I'm seasoned.
Season.
Shit.
You like checkers fries, bro?
Chicken
Wait. Let Mr.
Chicken and peace fries.
Oh, shit.
You're right.
Listen, she keeps saying that, so
Yeah, I'm loving that one, Ray. I'm loving
I
that one.
like that.
Talk to me about
distance, bro. What's up?
how you've talked to your son about dealing with these things when it comes to dating, relationships, women, the game, making smart decisions, letting pussy rule them. Like, just kind of give me some of the things that conversations that you had with your son pertaining to these things based off of your experiences. Because, like I said, I know with my daughter, I had especially within the last year, I had some interesting conversations with my child at 15.
What older they get, the more they,
more receptive, or
more receptive, and the more they have a better understanding of what's the world and what's going around. Even though they live in a different era than we grew up.
Ooh, the world does not exist anymore.
Right. So what I try to do,
the WAP video era.
Brother, wow.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm not going to cut you off or anything.
No.
I know we're not talking about. Did you not remember Lil Kim?
That's different, yo.
Nope.
That is different.
I'm not even getting into that. We're going to let the man talk.
Okay, you're right.
We'll get into that later.
Let the man speak. Speak about your son and how you feel about the whole situation.
So what I try to do, I think about all the mistakes and all the things that I made. And as a parent, you want to do your best to make sure they don't repeat the same mistakes that you make. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to women, the advice I usually always give him is don't worry about anything serious right now. Don't worry about anything long term. Your biggest focus should be yourself. Your biggest focus should be enjoying the world, your education, learning, becoming worldly, getting out of the neighborhood and so forth. Don't put so much energy. You're going to have your moment. You're going to have your puppy love. But don't put so much energy in worrying about, I got to find the love of my life. I got to find that special person and so forth. When it happens, it's going to happen. Don't stress yourself out. But as kids, and don't worry about pussy so damn much. Pussy is always going to be there. As a matter of fact, the more you better yourself, the better quality pussy you get. Okay.
It's delicious though.
Not just
really.
I start calling you L Junior. You are funny as hell, man.
Where'd that really?
Because my son's at that age where he falls off track and he gets so caught up in the vagina, and where he thinks he needs to be when it's more so. Look, just concentrate. Because I honestly wasn't a great example. Lord knows me and his mother wasn't a great example, So I said, look, son, don't do what I did. But see, my son thinks he's smarter than the average bear. Most kids think that.
I'm lucky. I'll probably say I'm lucky because of the fact that when I have my conversations with my daughter, I preface all my comments. I say to her, listen, I know you probably looking at your dad like stupid ass adult. He don't know what he's talking about. He don't know. And I said it just like that to her. And she'd be like, no, Dad. I said, but I know you do it because that's what kids do. I did it with my parents. Dumbass adults, they don't know nothing until it happens. Until it happens. And then it's like, right.
Because I think my son gets about 30% of what I say. I think he gets about 30% of what I say, and I tell him in every conversation. I say, you know what? When you get it, you'll get it. And he's like, what does that mean, Dad?
You'll understand what you mean.
Have you said the same thing to your son too?
I have, when I tell you, I have over talked this child to death.
Good, that's not just me, yo. It's not just me.
No,
I've always had an open and honest relationship with him. Always. Even when he was younger and he would be like, well, I want and I need. First of all, there's a difference between want and need. And you need this and you want that. And this is what the fuck I can afford. So you figure it out in between.
Well, get a job, nigga.
I got y'all.
He was a little kid.
Listen,
I'm
bro.
just saying, I was just giving him examples of me.
Real quick.
Yeah, please.
I'm just gonna say this.
Nigga, 14,
I got y'all beat in some of the shit that I've had, the conversations I have with my daughter.
Oh, honey.
She's come to me at one point and say, Dad, I don't understand how feminism works. 15. And this is what she said.
It's hard with little girls.
Right, but here's the thing. She grasped it. She grasped it. But she said it because not because she didn't grasp it or understand it, because she don't agree with it.
Oh.
She don't agree with it. Nice. And because of the fact that she has a close relationship with her father, that she literally would tell you, like, yo, I look up to my dad. But so when she hears certain things from her mother and other things, you know what I mean, her immediate response is, Dad, why is this happening? Bro, like, and she's been like that since she was 12. So it's like the conversations I'm having with her, I'm thinking like, damn, I'm going to have this when I'm like 18, 19. No.
She coming to you mad early.
Mad early. Prime, like, real quick, prime example, and I'm going to let y'all finish. At like, so she's 13 years old. And she wanted to see this movie called Tag. Jay, you know this story.
Oh, that movie's hilarious.
Bro, like, this story was a little crazy. So she wanted to see this movie. It's a rated R movie. And, you know, y'all know I'm picky with what I let her see. And she understands this. But she was like, no, Dad, it's cool. I know it's rated R, but it's a comedy. It's this. It got to do Hawkeye in it. I want to see it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So most of the movie was good, but in the very beginning, there's a scene where the brother is in therapy, and he's talking about his wife, and was like, yo, all I can think about is my wife with dicks and other dicks, and I'm tripping over dicks, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting in there like, oh, shit. Why did I take her to see, why did I allow her to convince me to see this movie? So she leans over to me, and she said, Dad, why he keep talking about that? So I initially brushed off, was like, he's just talking about adult stuff. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. So then she leaned over to me, right? And she was like, Dad, I please don't, you know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I know what a dick is, Dad. I know what a dick is, Dad.
That's hilarious.
I understand what he's saying. Why is he keep saying that and talking about his wife like that?
Her like, she said that?
I did. Like, so the crazy.
That's how I was with Carmela's doing.
Right. But the crazy part of me wanted to laugh because it was some shit that happened on TV. Like, the shit was funny. But then the other hand, it was like, I don't even know how to respond to that. And at that moment, I realized I need to start having adult conversations with her. Mm-hmm. At that moment, I realized these are the things that I need to start really talking to her about because she's aware. Right. I don't know if y'all had that, what I like to call coming to Jesus moments with y'all kids.
When you come to Carmela's girls, it was the same way. But they started getting up to that age, they started asking questions. Like, oh my gosh, she's at that age, she's asking those questions. You know, but do you really? We got to go there with like,
look at your face,
boys.
like,
and then again, the oldest at her teenage point, she was into girls when it wasn't fashionable. Mm-hmm. You know, so that was another was like, oh wow, really? What? You might want to talk to your mother. I don't know. You know.
But see, what do you do when they don't want to talk to their mom about it?
All you can do is try to be as
like, what do you do?
You gotta be honest.
Try your best.
Y'all was
open-minded.
Yeah.
Open-minded, honest, and do your best to try to respect how they feel.
Do your best to try to bring them some clarity without
insulting them or
insulting
making them feel bad for the question.
Or making them feel bad about, or kicking them completely the fuck off track. Because sometimes parents, we don't have the fucking answers.
Exactly.
But my coming to Jesus moment was when my poor baby was, he's going to kill me if he ever hears this. He was 9.
Whoa.
9?
Wait, but I have to explain this to you. So there was a girl that was a little older than him. Like, they were at summer camp. Mm-hmm. So she decided that, oh, that's the boy I would like to kiss. And I don't know if anything happened besides a kiss because they were in some stupid little tube that you like crawl through or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know the whole story, but I had to have that talk with him at that point.
Booty spell funny.
Oh my God. I can't stand you.
What?
But we had to have the talk, and I was as honest with him as I could be. But again, I've always been honest with him. Like, the funny thing is, my mother and my grandmother always told me, you talk to him like he's a damn grown-up. Stop talking to that. But
that brings y'all closer.
It matters.
And you know what?
That's
my baby. Like, well, he's not a baby, and he's a grown, but that's my boy. Yeah, like, that is they call us freaking Frank. Matter of fact, it got to the point where I had to check my family. Shut up. So it got to a point where I had to check my family. They told me, that's your man. First of all, that's my son.
How about it?
That's my son. And I'm always going to be close to my son. We have a great relationship. We got women in my family that's actually a little jealous of our relationship. They would actually tell me, I wish that me and my kid was that close. Well, did you ever stop and take the time to build the relationship with your kid?
That's what you have to do. To get to that point.
I got people that yelled at me, be like, oh, you're so hard. And I said, you don't understand. I'm trying to raise a man. I'm not a man. And I know I'm not a man. No. But I'm trying to raise a man. I'm trying to raise somebody's husband. I'm trying to raise somebody's father. So the things that I need to instill in him.
That's dope.
And that's how you're supposed to.
I have to. Like, all right, so look, how old are you? 7? Come on. We're going to teach you
how to.
A
lot of women don't say that. A lot of women don't say that. Like, honestly, they don't. Especially if you're single parent. The single parent women, they don't
and
lie.
He respects you and so forth because of the way you treat him. I mean, to this day, I can if I snap on my son, now he's like what 6'1", 6'2",
oh yeah,
and I'm 5'9.5". I count the half. I can still talk to him in a certain way where he'll start getting teary-eyed if I snap. He's like, Dad, I just don't like making you angry because I don't like you yelling at me. I don't like you
That's a serious respect.
And you instilled that in him when he was
I like
young.
my pops.
Exactly, you know.
But I had to.
Because he knows, you know what? He has a potential to fucking kill me. So let them always have that.
Well, he says, because we talk all the time, he talks about how he values my opinion, even if I disagree or we don't come to an agreement with.
But he still respects you, and he respects what you say now. And believe it or not, and I didn't believe this, but everything that we tell them, they may not really be listening, but they fucking hear us.
Absolutely, yeah, they definitely.
But nowadays, I sit there looking at some stuff, so I'm like, damn, that's what my aunt was trying to tell me.
Yeah, they
make
definitely
sense now when you're growing.
I purposely tell my daughter, like, listen, I'm going to tell you things repeatedly. And I don't mean it to get on your nerves, because I know when I used to be a child. Sometimes I still act like a child.
The saying goes, I've been your age.
Right, like, and there's times where I would hear stuff and it get on my nerves, but I'm telling you for a reason. And I want you to hear it. Even if you don't hear it right now, I want you to hear it. So, yeah, so I feel y'all. I feel y'all on that one.
Somebody's gonna listen to this and be like, there was a bunch of drunk people saying.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm actually not drunk.
You love that coin.
No, I'm actually I'm pretty sober at this point right now.
Yeah, I'm actually.
I'm pretty fucking sober.
I'm feeling.
You feel it?
All I need is a
feeling my
cheesesteak
shit.
right about now. If I had a
Man, Saloons is closed, man.
Right.
Oh, were you? I haven't had a cheesesteak in so long. I would love a cheesesteak. Eat some good fucking cheesesteak right now.
I'm tripping right
Sorry,
now.
I'm off. I'm not gonna say it on the air, but never mind.
Oh yeah, we can't say that on the air.
Well, this is going to get. I'm gonna have to cut this up. This going to be like the most editing I've ever done to a show.
Edit
so don't worry.
Yeah, we're over an hour and a half.
Yeah, but I expect that. I was cool with
How long
that.
was the show?
Almost 2 hours.
This is hour 45 minutes.
Almost 2 hours.
That was 1 minute. So
What did you want to ask me?
It's man, listen, we
Open your mouth.
we
But-
done.
No. There's one last thing. No, there's one last thing I want to ask this man. then we'll be done. Then we'll be done. So because the last time we did a show and we had Black Pill Goldie on, I was the only son of a bitch that was not for marriage.
Not for marriage.
Not for marriage. I was the only son of a bitch. So speaking to a man that has been married and divorced, all right, at this stage of your life right now, going everything you've been through, do you see a benefit for you to get married again?
Jeez, that's a good one.
Take a swig, dude.
Take a swig.
You might have to take a swig
Yo,
for that.
because real rap, I was really expecting Black Pill Goldie to be on my team.
Nope.
And that nigga was like,
no. I was 50-50.
Listen, if you're not 100%, you're not on my motherfucking team. It's like, no, let me stop. 51. Oh, okay, absolutely.
No, I explained.
No, I understand your explanation, and I'm not disagreeing with it.
I know we
my personally, I just don't have enough faith.
I ain't doing it in the system.
I
would never have
I don't have enough faith.
None of that. We ain't going through.
And I'm not bashing. I just don't have considering the shit that I've been through within the last 4 or 5 years. I just don't have enough faith right now. I haven't met the person to give me the faith to be like, this is something I might consider doing.
Thinking mad.
He hard. Right?
No, I'm waiting for him to. I'm letting him talk.
Next time, would you give me the look like, bro, shut the fuck up when I answer this question if I lose my train of thought. Because
you
all of us
were
drinking,
talking,
train of thoughts come and go real fast.
Right. You know what? I honestly, I would do it again.
What the fuck? For real?
Because you wanna know why? Because the reason why I say that is I got married for the wrong reasons. And she'll never admit it, exactly. She got married for the wrong reasons. She'll never admit it, but she got married for the wrong reasons as well. Now going through that, learning the mistakes I made and paying attention to the mistakes she made. Let me say mistakes I made, because if I didn't do certain things, we would never got married in the first damn place. So certain things wouldn't have happened at all, because I wouldn't have been there for them to happen. But I would get married when it comes to, when you're saying marriage, when you're talking about that union between two people.
Yeah, the contract, the piece of paper. Sign that bitch.
Well, it doesn't even have to be a contract. That's superficial.
Stop.
Because a marriage...
But here's the thing.
Did you just say a piece of paper was superficial?
Well, a piece
I was literally about to say,
money.
because most women are not going to agree with you when it comes to that.
True.
That's why I was about to stop you. But go ahead, continue.
True. So let's say, all right. So let's add the superficial paper in there. But the concept of marriage, the concept of a union between two individuals who truly love each other, who get married and want to spend the rest of their lives because of love, not for financial benefit, not because, well, shit, she's been around all this damn time, or, not because, I only got one leg now, who else going to take me?
I hate that song, fam.
For being married for all the right reasons. Because in all honesty, despite some of the things I said, I'm a hopeless romantic by heart.
Yeah,
and I believe...
You said you're a hopeless romantic.
I'm a hopeless romantic heart.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe.
I shot that dude.
But I really... he's
like
still
Jay,
in there. He's still in there. He just says... He just hasn't had any reason to come out. And I think my brothers are hopeless romantics deep inside. They just feel no need to pull them out the box.
No, I shot him.
There's no need to pull them out the box. There has been no one special enough to pull them out the box again. And it's a rare individual that you meet who is worthy of that part of you. That part of you. So I can't help but to believe that marriage is still possible. That it can work, regardless of how much of a fairy tale it may appear. If I got to go to another country, but that unicorn exists. That possibility exists regardless of how rare it is. It may be improbable, but I don't think it's impossible.
Ms. Pimpstress, you want to get on this? Please.
Yeah, your question again was, do I think that marriage is still valid in these
days? Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Do you something what you would do? Was something you would partake in? Do you think?
I don't think I want to be married.
Somebody on my team.
I don't think I want to be married.
I don't blame you.
All right, but
So,
you got to
people are nowadays.
As a woman, give me your reasons.
I'll explain to you
Yeah,
why.
please give me as a woman. Give me your reasons.
I feel like marriage is something that was forced down our throats ever since we were kids. Like you said, the whole Disney, you got to get married. I mean, you're not valued unless you're somebody's wife.
Mm-hmm.
I think marriage is a beautiful union if you're married to the right person.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would prefer a great life partner. I don't think that we need to go through the government. I don't think we need to go through the government to validate how we feel about each other.
No.
But that's just me. And again, you can still go and get married. I think that's great for people that it actually works for. I can tell you that 90% of the people that I know that are married, 90%, and I'm telling you this only from my own experience.
Come on, bring down the hammer.
It's a pretty fucked up situation.
Bam! Bring down that motherfucking
No,
gavel.
I agree with you.
Damn.
I agree with you. And when I say what I say, I'm not saying people have to be married.
No, you have
I believe
to.
it still can work.
It can.
That's
It
what I'm
can
saying.
work if you're with the right person, like you stated. If it's for the right reasons.
Exactly.
And James, Mr. Miles, I'm gonna put it this way: the reason why I have the stance that I have on it, and I want to emphasize, it's not because I'm angry at women. I don't like women. That's far from me.
No.
Because as much as I talk the shit that I talk, I do agree with you. There's a part of me that wants to be able to be that romantic.
Absolutely,
and
because
do
you're
the
an Aquarius.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is a part of our nature. However, I have come to the realization, if I had got married in my 20s, maybe in my early 30s, the type of woman and relationship that would be ideal for me to get married would have been possible. Where I am right now, the things that I see in 2020 and the things that are promoted in 2020, it makes it very, very difficult for me to believe that most women and men, and the reason why I say men too, because we all know certain men in general that get married for the wrong reasons.
Right.
But me, because I'm a man, I have to speak from a perspective of that, dealing with women. Most women don't marry for love.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, they don't. They don't marry for love. They're married because
and a lot of men marry for lust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most women, but from my perspective, most women do not marry because they genuinely love that person. They genuinely respect that person. They might think they do,
but it's more of a sponsor,
right? Or
financial security.
Or it could be.
I was about to say it's probably more of a financial
right.
thing. Like, what can he
right.
provide?
Yeah.
I mean, most women don't even date anymore because of that. If you don't have a certain type of meet certain requirements, most women won't even date you now, let alone marry. And then on top of that, I'm not even going to even put the financial element in it. I think in this day and age, in 2020, more and more women have less and less of a concept of what a wife is.
Yeah, you're right.
They have a less of, like, we as men, we are constantly told what we're supposed to be as men. Mm-hmm. We have so many women tell us what a man's supposed to be, what a king is supposed to be. But the moment we say what a queen is supposed to be, from a man's perspective, the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
You don't get to define as a woman what a queen is. Have you lost your fucking mind?
Right.
But if you're looking for a husband, those things matter, and they don't think it does.
Because you have so little. We've been beaten the head about being accountable for our actions, and
men are accountable all the time.
Yeah,
we have to.
Yeah, but
listen, I understand. I hear you about your lying. Wait, hold on, real quick. I hear you about your lying.
I didn't even say anything. I just was like, accountability is not real strong, and I'm only, again, I can only go by my experiences,
mm-hmm.
and I can go by the experiences that I hear from my friends.
Mm-hmm.
The whole accountability thing is very far and few to fuck in between.
But see, here's my counter when it comes to the men's side of that. I think most of the time women encounter accountability issue because they're already selecting the wrong men for the wrong reasons.
I agree.
Right. See, I think when a lot of women, when they have the good dudes in front of them that would be accountable, that do self-reflect, that do sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to do what I can to be the best man I can be for you, it's considered lame. Mm-hmm. It's considered corny.
Yeah. It's
considered like that's not manly to some degree. Yeah. Right. I mean, and again, I want to say this. I'm not the all police. So I don't say all women do this. But us as men, we've literally had to kind of, especially good guys, we've had to kind of adjust to how we move and operate because, as Jay would say, those things are not combat effective anymore.
Right.
They're
You
not.
gotta be a little. There's got to be a little asshole in you before you get to. And
They're not combat effective.
I remember working up Cheltenham Mall, and this one lady I used to hang with, and finally I told her, I said, "Well, look, we've been hanging out for a minute now. When we gonna get together? Blah blah blah. Do our thing." She said, "Well, to be honest with you, to be bluntly honest with you, the reason why we haven't gotten to that level is because you're not rough enough."
It's a whole nother fucking podcast, man.
Right.
I got so mad at their statement because I treated her like a lady. I was nice, respectful, the whole 9 yards.
As Jay would say, that shit is combat ineffective.
Oh my gosh, I got so mad. I said to her, so if I punch you in your fucking face right now, would that be rough enough for you?
Probably came on herself, didn't she?
Oh my goodness. But the killer is, I got mad and walked away. But damn it, halfway into the week, she was like,
you, blowing you
yes,
up.
she came to me and was like, well, what are you doing Friday? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at her like, I just told you, do you want me to punch you in your fucking face?
I need a black eye.
And for the audience listening,
totally
please understand, we're not bashing. We're speaking from our experience.
That's definitely not a
yes,
factor.
yes.
And
give me a black eye.
okay, I think that circles back to the whole Pookie factor.
I agree.
I don't know what it is about the women in the Philadelphia.
They love the poverty penitentiary penis.
I'm not even going to say Philadelphia. It's the tri-state area.
They love the triple P's. Poverty penitentiary
It's definitely tri-state area. And I will even go so far as to include New York. I literally do not understand the thug factor that attracts these women.
Fascination.
I've actually had a woman tell me at one point that she will not fuck with a dude if he doesn't have a record, and I had to look at her like,
wait, what? Wait, what? I'm glad you say that because when we say that, people think we're fucking nuts.
No, you're not nuts. You're absolutely not nuts. Like, she literally told me this, and I had to look at her like sideways, like, are you fucking serious right now?
It's okay. Listen, it's actually, once you start understanding the nature of the beast.
Exactly. And that's the whole reason for me. As
much as they sit there and say they want the baby face nigga, they are attracted to the masculinity in that. So that's what this so-called hyper masculinity is when it came out with all the rap videos where you got 1,000 niggas in the videos with no bitches. It's the jail culture. It's prison culture.
But the killer is...
Homie over hoes. Homie over hoes.
But the killer is you could be masculine.
You realize that he wants to fuck his homie and not you.
Guess what?
Right.
Guess what? But this is what's put out because she looks at that as, oh, that's masculine. That's protection or whatever. Hold on. This is the dysfunctional part of what I'm trying to say. But what it all boils down to, they like the masculinity. When you be an asshole, when you be that dude, guess what? You're going to get the yams.
Right.
So when you're soft, they're looking at it like, okay, he can't protect me, he can't be this, whatever situation go down. Okay, he's too soft. Even though they don't know that these niggas that appear to be soft probably fuck these Pookie niggas up. They can't fight.
Right.
But the dysfunctionality of it is they like that. But they claim, oh, what the nice guy, what the guy.
No, they don't want the nice
That's
guy.
Temporarily kissing my ass shit that it's temporary. Right. It's cute for a moment, and they'll get bored with that.
Yeah, they'll get bored with
Women
the nice
will
guy.
get bored with that very fast with a guy that's kissing their ass. Because how many motherfucking chicks we know, the dude ain't shit, and she don't leave this guy. But the nice guy, she loses interest very fast.
Right.
She loses interest very fast.
And we don't like to be the...
They like the edge. They like the unpredictability. It's the edge.
Right.
So when you more of that asshole, their pussies is getting wet.
I don't understand.
Nice equals dry. Asshole
sorry.
equals moisture.
I don't understand it.
And we don't even want to be assholes.
But listen, you don't, even though you're a unicorn, you don't want a 100% nice fucking guy either. You don't want no pushover.
Okay, I don't want a guy that I can actually.
Well, a nice guy and a pushover is two different things.
I'm just saying, hold on.
Right, a nice guy, yes.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I think my friends are like, you guys are great, but women don't like guys that they can completely control.
That's a fact.
That's the issue.
That's a fact.
So if you get a nice guy and be like, this motherfucker set boundaries, you cool. Because he's like, hey, you're not going to treat me like this, bitch. I ain't going to talk to you for a couple days.
Put you on pause.
Put you the fuck on pause.
Put you on punishment.
This nigga said, what? I'm gonna fuck the shit out of him when I see him next time.
Nah.
She's like, no, sir.
Nigga
No,
knocking
no,
out
sir.
teeth.
No.
Oh, he getting the head. He getting a gummy bear.
No.
She
That's
is
like,
like,
gummy
"Oh,
bear."
gummy bear.
However,
I want a gummy bear. I want a gummy bear.
You gonna suck that dick with the gums, boy. No, seriously.
I literally don't understand the mentality behind the whole thug thing, the asshole. Like, of course, I've dated assholes, but that shit didn't last long because
it's a little girl thing. Because see,
I just can't deal with
unfortunately,
bullshit.
most women are still little girls. Because when you have a being that says, you ain't got to be held accountable for shit. That's like children. You get excuses for your behavior, so it's unaccountability. So it's a little girl thing. I like the bad boy. I like this, and hey, some of us, okay, I ain't mad at us having that edge, because for all of us got that edge. But we've been raised, oh no, let's be the nice guy again. Let's prove we're different and all that other shit. And it don't get you no fucking way. And it's a learned thing we had to learn to really just be our fucking selves. And when you being your fucking self, you have nothing to lose.
I agree with you. I would really like for people to be who they are.
Be who you are.
Just be you. Because guess what? You save a lot of time. You save a lot of I don't argue, so you save a lot of arguments. You save a lot of bitches showing up to your house to beat you up in your apartment door. You save that.
Sure. Unfortunately, listen. Here's the thing.
Just be honest.
Here's this. Unfortunately, we have to have game because we're dealing with hyenas, right? The hyenas is a volatile motherfucker.
I actually disagree with you on that.
Hear me out on this.
Mm-hmm.
Most people out here, we're dealing with a hyena society, so we got to have game. Is a hyena a dangerous motherfucker?
Yeah.
It's dangerous. So you have to sit there and entertain the hyena. You got to make it laugh. Let its guard down to approach the hyena. So you won't get your fucking head bit off. So you got to have a little bit of game.
But okay, so
it's like when you deal with, I'm talking about 2020 nowadays. Most of them you can't. Okay, keep it real. Go up and be nice and speak nice. Hold the door at a store.
Shit.
Hold the door. One of my pet peeves is when you hold the door for certain races of women, they don't say thank you.
I bet you
bothers
welcome,
me.
bitch.
No, I'm not. Listen, they won't say thank you. You know what I mean, right? So go up there and be nice and, hey, how you doing today? They'll be an asshole or have some game to bring their guard down.
So all right, so
you gotta have the game.
So here's the only aspect of it I disagree with.
Okay.
I disagree with the fact that we need to have game. I disagree with it for the fact that I think the fact of the matter is that if you on your masculine energy and you handling your business and you doing the things you're supposed to do, game is not required.
I get what you're saying.
Game is not that and I think the problem is us as men, we need to focus more on that than have a game. Because not everybody is gifted with the gift of gab.
I understand.
But us as men, if we're focused, everybody could put in the work to be successful. Anybody could put in the work to at least have their shit in order to where if you approach a woman and you approach them with a level of confidence, with a level of, yeah, I'm that dude because I put in the work. And if you don't want to, and if you can't bang with me on that level,
hold on.
You can't bang me at that level. I don't need to have game to get your attention. Either you're going to acknowledge it or you're not.
I agree with you. When we on a certain status. But we're going to talk about the average dude. We're talking about average fucking dude.
But see, that's the problem. I think the average dude don't need shit and focus on game.
Unfortunately, but this is the way the society is pointed to. Though. I'm talking about the non-unicorn chicks or the non-dudes just like us. You know what I mean? But at the same time, once upon a time, we played that game. Yes or no? Yes or no? Once upon a time, we did that.
Fuck them
Once upon a time, we did fucking do that.
So
we got to our first.
But here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing for me, and I only can speak for me.
Trust me, I know I told the lies.
As I said earlier, I was that rare dude that when I was young, I was in relationships, like long-term relationships, and most of the women that I've ended up in long-term relationships with didn't require game, but that was another time, another era. So for me, the whole game thing is a little foreign because I didn't have to up to a point. Right. Then when I got to a certain, older age, the one thing I realized very quickly was that if you have a certain position, like as far as where you are in your life, shit is easy.
I understand.
Like you don't really need game as long as you like. I'll never forget the time that I broke up with the woman that I lived with, and when she left, and I was living by myself. I was like maybe 34, 35, something like that. I had my own place. I had a car. I had a decent paying job. I was easy. It was cool. And I literally had a rotation. And I didn't do anything to get that rotation other than have a certain mindset and the confidence of,
I agree.
I'm going to talk to this. I'm going to say what's up to this chick and talk to her and be me.
I agree.
No matter how corny or how...
Either she down or she ain't down.
Right, exactly.
But I get
right.
it.
And so I think we need to push that more versus having game.
I agree.
Because I feel like, not everybody is good at applying game. That's not everybody's forte. And then secondly, I think the average dude would be more successful if he didn't even focus on that shit and be like, you know what, I'm gonna be on my grind. I'm gonna handle my business, and at the end of the day, either she gonna bang with me or she not.
Yo, listen. Let me say this.
Go ahead. I'm done.
No, sister, I'm with you 100% because what I mean by the game is unfortunately the lack of knowledge, lack of experience of what these dickhead fuckboys and these knucklehead chicks. That's the game they're playing right now. But what you're saying right now, I agree with it.
Yeah, don't play it.
Once upon a time, I did the game thing.
Yeah, don't play it.
Lying to him and stuff like that. Come on, we all did it when we was young boys and stuff like that. Just
I didn't do that. I hear you. I didn't
because
do
you know
that.
what? We was. Hey,
But
that gets the results. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you definitely.
I hear you.
Because listen, I simped in my 30s.
Yeah,
I simped in my 30s.
And
Like
all
a
you're thinking
motherfucker.
about is getting
Hold up.
next hole you're going to stick your dick in and shit like that.
Yeah, you just want the fast result. You ain't got time for it.
Yeah, but as you get older, you learn those lessons.
When you get to a certain point now, then you like, exactly what we saying. Fuck the bullshit. We ain't got time for that.
As you get older,
I have nothing to lose.
You know what? I think this all goes back to what I said in the beginning of our old podcast.
Be honest.
Just be the fuck honest.
Yeah.
Be you. Be honest. Be the fuck up front about what you want, where you are. You'd be surprised at the results that you get.
I feel you.
I just want to fuck
you're
too.
Like, oh, you just want something good? Come on, girl, let's go.
And you know what?
Hey, what are friends for?
What I find with that, to y'all point is with women don't like to say that. I like openly say like, I just want some dick. But what tends to happen is if you put that proposition out there, and they tend to actually be attracted to you, into you, they're gonna contemplate it. They're gonna they're gonna sit there and be like,
In front of you, they contemplate. They made their mind up. They already made their mind up.
I agree.
Let me make him think I'm thinking about it. But
why you gonna talk to me like that as they take their penis off?
Please,
why you going right?
But they'll make you I'll think about it because I don't want to look like I'm a hoe.
I used to be brutally
Yo, see, it took me a while to get to the point of being comfortable being brutally honest. Now I'm like that now.
Well, you can't be
you know who I want
brutal.
I can't say it right now, but
you can't be too brutally honest.
The house events.
Being honest is good.
with the set.
We will talk about that when I'm done recording this.
Boy.
I'll explain to you what happened with that.
Being honest is what we're supposed to be, but brutally honest, that's a bit.
Listen,
a lot of everybody can't take that.
It is a very.
Let me tell you this. Mm-hmm. Now I'm the only girl in a room full of men. I had a man tell me that I am too honest, and that is what runs men away. I was like, guess what? I'm good with that though, because if my honesty runs you away, then I don't fucking need you.
And I agree with you because
that's a rare thing though. That's a beautiful thing.
Right, and I agree with her because of the fact that most men that say that, they say that because their egos can't deal with it.
Well, when I say brutally honest, I give you an example.
Right, because most men feel as though being masculine is being in control and being able to dictate everything. And that's not always the key. Like, you actually do better in that if you're honest. Or if you can take honest feedback. And what tends to happen, I've literally had dudes say to me, I don't like it when a woman is aggressive because I can, it makes life a whole lot easier. It does.
You don't have to second guess nothing.
They don't listen.
None of that shit.
I've had dudes say to me, they get turned off by women that approach them and say, you know what? I came over here to talk to you because I thought you was attractive. What's up? As long as it's respectful, it's not desperate.
But I've always been upfront and honest. Like playing the shy girl, playing the
never been that chick.
Fuck out of here. Yo, what's your name?
Been that chick since she was a teenager.
What's your phone number? Nigga, you got a wife? You met? You got a girl? Anybody thinking that they in a relationship with you? No. Okay, so what are you doing later?
She made niggas cry.
I believe it.
We never talk about the crying thing.
Exactly.
So I want a guy to be just as upfront and honest with me, and I have not found that. I just haven't.
And well, I will say this. I understand what you're saying because I feel like most men don't do it because they are too afraid that the outcome is not going to be in their favor.
That's true.
And I think, and I don't agree with that. No, at one point in time, I used to be on that same channel. And then one day it just kind of made me realize, like, yo, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't have time to be trying to fucking finagle and lie as far as what the fuck I want to do. So at the end of the day, I would rather just tell you, like, listen, I'm just trying to do X, Y, and Z. If you not with it,
it's easy.
I understand. And and the men that have an issue with women being aggressive, like, because here's the thing, in 2020 with feminism, like, these things you may run across those things a bit more,
right? And
you can't allow your ego to get in the way with that. So I mean, that's just, I don't know.
I have no ego when it comes to that.
No. I respect a woman's gangster when they like that. As long as it's not desperate.
My job easier.
Yeah, as long as it's not on some as long as I'm on some desperate because I just really want somebody. Yeah.
You gotta try to overthink this.
Let's handle this shit.
I know it sounds crazy. I really wish that more women would teach their daughters to be a little more open about who they are and what they want, because it'll save them a lot of fucking heartache.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't conform to a guy just because you like him. Like, tell him who you are up front. And if he likes you, then great. Maybe you guys can actually move forward. But if he doesn't, fucking don't hide who you are just to get a guy. And guys, you guys shouldn't do it either.
Yeah, we I that's one of the things I want to try and promote is that men need to be more open and honest. But
absolutely.
And
women too.
Yeah, indeed. Because I do believe that one of the things that makes us masculine men is owning who we are and what we want.
Right.
And more importantly, what the fuck you like.
Yeah. So, all right. On that note, we're going to end this here. Half of us is tired, half of us is hungry. So
I'm actually fine. I'm sober and not hungry.
Yeah, like my liquor wore off. So anywho,
I got other shit on my mind right now.
We out.